there, this is Moira, intuitive weight loss coach and stress management specialist. I just wanted to record a quick movie for you to describe to you a tool that I use with almost every client that I work with now. If you've already worked with me, you will have received a handout about EFT, or Emotion Freedom Technique. It's a tapping routine where you're gently tapping on acupressure points. I decided to record a wee video though because it's more fun to actually show you these points and actually tap along with me. So I'm just going to run through with you the idea of the tapping and where they are. These points happen on both sides of your body, and you're going to tap them with the tips of your fingers. Usually 2 fingers is fine. You can actually do them both sides at the same time, or one or the other. You choose. For myself, I'm most comfortable using my right hand on my right side of my body. So the first point is the eyebrow point. It's just right where your eyebrow begins. The next point is on the outside of the eye. The next is underneath the eye, underneath the nose, on the cleft of your chin, just below your lower lip. Now this point, I do the 2. I like to form a C shape with my fingers and just gently tap both of them. The next point is underneath the armpit, about 4 inches below your armpit, where your bra line sits. And I know that the men know where that one is too. The last point is on the top of your head, and I use all 5 of my fingers and just kind of tap around in a circle, like so. So, how this works is you tap into, or you figure out, what is the emotion you're feeling, whether it's anger, anxiety, or if it's a craving that you've got, say for a cigarette or chocolate or something like that. But for this exercise, I'm going to just choose anxiety. And so what you do is we're going to do what we call a setup phrase. So while we say this setup phrase 3 times, we're going to tap continuously on the karate chop point. That's where your hand hits if you put your hand through a block of wood, for instance. So prior to doing this setup phrase, you just kind of sit and feel on a scale of 0 to 10, 10 being really high, where is that emotion? And when you've got that number, because the whole concept of doing this routine is to bring that number down and ultimately release the whole issue. So, like I said, you're going to tap on continuously on this karate chop and say something like, even though I have this anxiety, I deeply love and accept myself. Even though I have this anxiety, I forgive, I deeply love and accept myself. Even though I have this anxiety, I'm prepared to let it go and love myself. And then you're going to tap on these points and just say a reminder phrase. So, this anxiety, 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 this anxiety. So you're going to do that a couple of times. You will start to feel it coming down, and your breathing slows down a little as you start getting less on anxiety. Now that's one way of doing it. This reminder phrase is, like I said, is designed to keep your subconscious focused on what it is you're wanting to release. Now here's a really awesome thing about this tool. You know how we don't want to focus on the negative because law of attraction says we get what we put our attention on. But if it's important not to focus on the negative for sure, but it's also important not to resist it, because then you create what you resist. So using the tapping as a tool, you can actually entertain the negative. So while you're tapping, you could say things like, I'm so pissed off about this anxiety, everybody else that seems to get by without it, and what's wrong with me, and that can actually be part of the releasing process. So it's a wonderful way of releasing what's holding you back. So you do this a few times, and when you've done probably 2 or 3, you can tap into where are you feeling. I generally will end off on the crown point, tapping on the crown point, and then you just take a really deep breath and out through your mouth, and then check in with yourself on a scale of 0 to 10. Where does that sit for you? Now likely it will have dropped, but you may find that there is a remaining anxiety or whatever the issue was that you were looking to release. Or something else might have come up, like if it was anxiety, well maybe there's a fear there or an anger or something like that. So then what you're going to do is you're going to start again. You're going to say something like this remaining anxiety, or use the other anger, fear, whatever the other emotion is, and go through the whole thing again. Now you'll see that I was doing the tapping. You're supposed to tap 5 to 10 times at each point. Don't count them. It's just the intention. The intention is to tap them just continuously as you're doing it around. And I'm going to be recording some scripts specifically designed towards other issues, but I just wanted to give you a feel for what this tool is like, and I look forward to showing you more powerful steps like this. Thanks for watching.